Hello everyone and welcome to Factorio. I'm Par and I will be playing Seablock today. The previous episode was huge for us. We built this block that produces methane, and we've seen first deliveries of methane to purple science block. And that's great that we have it, because what this means, okay, one thing we need to something like this here. Right, so why it's huge? It's huge because we got purple science research, and we are researching slag processing that should give us hybrid catalysts and crystallizer 3. It requires some titanium, but it is fine. It is totally fine. Let's see and try to understand what exactly we are missing. We are missing tin, but that's a known problem, right? The fact that we don't have tin. It's because of tin wire. One thing that I feel we should add monitoring for different fluids, maybe. Right, let's think. Should we do it? I think we should. So, which fluids do we want to measure? Well, maybe before fluids, let's add some wires. What kind of wires do we have? We have gold wire. We have copper wire. We have silver wire. Tin wire. Solder we don't consider it to be a wire. We already have it somewhere. Wait, that's it? It's basically silver, gold, and tin. Let's take a look at wires. Wire. So we have copper. Oh, wait, but we probably want to distribute them in the wire coils. So we have copper, gold, platinum, silver, and tin. Okay. Interesting. And we also have glass fiber coils. Do we actually deliver them as such? Yeah, glass fiber. Which is actually glass fiber coil. Okay, maybe... You know what, let's do it. Let's add a couple of them. We'll fix the dashboard later. Right, for now it's just cable. So we need copper cable. We have tin cable. Platinum, we don't have platinum. We have gold and silver, right? Let's say silver. I'm not actually sure whether we are using silver and gold. Let's add a couple of connections. Here, 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 and here. So we need copper wire here. We need tin wire. We need silver wire. And gold wire. Let's see. So we have silver wire, we have gold wire, we don't have copper wire. Probably because we don't actually transport it using the trains. But we are missing a lot of tin wire. Lots of it. And we are missing it because of this, I believe. we don't have any tin wire. But at the same time, we want to produce a lot of green and red ones. Okay. Let's actually add like passive provider chest here. Just one. Just one should be enough. And we will remove this part of our build because we don't really need it since we have a good paper production now. And this should free up some space for maybe a little bit more of this. I'm not sure how it will work with two of them kind of just being copies of each other. It will probably be okay. We'll see, or maybe not. So we do have a lot of excess gardens here. Like, I think ideally what would be great if these farms were outputting things directly in here. I think that would probably be the best. It's okay. It will get improved at some point. We might rework this part a little bit so that it scales slightly better. Now, the important part though is to have crystallizer. We really want to have this crystallizer free. Super important. What other researches do we want to do? Let's get this out of the way. Steam power, really strange one. Okay. I mean, let's just get this one out of the way so that we don't have to, and so that we don't see it really. I want to remove this one. Well, research this one and this one. I'm basically just going through some tiny researches. Sulfur processing is the last in this chain. Let's do it. Chlorine. I guess we should do it, but maybe a bit later. This one. So I just scheduled a bunch of random researches, more or less. Good. Now, we are moving towards our hybrid catalyst block. This ones. And we want to upgrade this two. And we want to upgrade this two. This crystallizer, let's just delete it. Well, maybe we shouldn't have deleted it. Because in reality, we don't like really want to delete it, we just want to upgrade it, right? We want this one to be a little bit better. This one, this one, and this one. And then I'll copy paste that part everywhere. Well, pretty much everywhere. Oh, we're getting lots of researches really quickly. Let's see. Let's get back to our dashboard. Here it is. What do we need the most? We do not have enough cratinium. That's bad. That's bad that we don't have it, but at the same time, what can I do about it? That's the question. So this thing, the part with tin wires, I think it's time to start producing tin wires directly from the coils. So there is this process here that allows us to get tin wires not through this recipe but through this one. And if you take a look, like let's take a look. Let's say we want to produce tin wire. So we want like this much of it. If we do it through the current process, we need 24 tin and 30 copper. If we do exactly the same thing, like absolutely exactly the same stuff, but through another process, through this process. Then what we need, even if we don't use like a better kind of coolant thing with the extra 15 or 20% productivity, we end up with this, with 7 ingots of tin and 7.5 ingots of copper. Really low numbers. Here, on the other hand, if we get copper and tin from molten stuff, from ingots, we are using 30 and 24. So just look at this, look at the numbers. 30 plus 24 versus 7.5 and 7.5. Honestly, it's like it's a no-brainer to use the second approach. This one. It's just so much better. And I believe it's the case for pretty much all wires except for this one, except for the copper cable. We can actually check it, right? Here, to get 60 copper cables, we need 30 ingots. And if we try to get them from the coil, we are going for 60, right? I believe. Wait, how do I want to disconnect it? I want to go for 60. So if we go for 60 through this process, then we still need 30. So it doesn't make any difference for copper cable, but I believe it does make a huge difference for every other type of cable, and we see it here very clearly for tin wires, right? For tin cables. So that's the thing. I want to have a block basically doing this stuff, just producing tin copper wire using second process. And maybe not only tin copper wire, maybe we should also Okay, we'll think about it later. We'll think about it later. I also don't know where exactly to put it. For now, let's focus on something that is more, can be helpful pretty much right now. Right. Need to and fill lots of these things. This part. What's the problem here? We are missing. Well, we are not missing. We need to clear some area from the biters. So I believe this one needs to go. What else do we need to do? Yeah. We need to clear, I think, this spot. Okay, nice. This isn't kinda enough reach. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. We have upgraded crystallizers, I believe. Yes, look at this. Crystallizer 3, crystallizer 2. Let's go there. Let's go there and fix the stuff. We want to produce hybrid catalysts. And we can actually copy the spot. And we will paste it many times. Okay, 1. Wait, I don't want this one. I don't want this spot. Let's copy paste this one. Okay. 2. Okay. So this part should be working. Now we need to do the same thing here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4. Nice. Did it? Okay, nice. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nice. And we have a couple of them on the side. Can you see my processes? 1, 2, 3. And here's fourth one, fifth, and sixth. This is looking good. And good. We have hybrid catalysts back. That's great. That means that we have our gold and titanium production back. We shouldn't have any issues with it anymore. I have a really low EPS today. That's because I'm again rendering the episode 141 or 42. I think it's 41. So, and I will release it either this evening, though I haven't done it in a while, or maybe tomorrow morning, as is the usual time for that. So look at this. We are producing hybrid catalysts. So we fixed hybrid catalysts. What should we do now? Let's take a look and see what... I don't really want to use these robots, not because they're weak, they're not construction, but the logistic ones, these ones, are actually really, really strong. They're super strong. And maybe I could use them for module builds, but I'm not sure, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that we actually need to do that. Salination plant. Salt. It's a good one. Can produce lots of saline water. So the question, what should we research next? That's around science, right? It's pink science. Metallurgy. Well, I think it's a good choice. Thermal refining. Let's get thermal refining out of the way. Steam engine. I don't think we actually need this one, but let's just, let's just do it so that these researches are basically done. Maybe let's do it a bit later. Maybe we should research tier 3 of all of these processes. They're kind of expensive. They are expensive, but we have tin. We need them, right? We need all of this in order to use coils. And that's what I want to do. What is this our processing given us? It's given us better processes. So I think we should increase the efficiency of pretty much all our builds. But the problem is that since these areas, we are combining lots of things into the same block, and we did it because we were really short on space when we were transitioning to city blocks. So we were very short on space. We couldn't deal with worms at the time. So we had to kind of mix several things together in these builds. I don't really want to do that long term. I want to have more dedicated blocks. But at the same time, I'm not sure how I can improve the situation here. I'm not sure how exactly I could kind of redesign this whole part. Maybe I shouldn't be redesigning things, maybe I should just build something on the side here and slowly kind of dismantle the blocks. Because here, let's take a look what's actually going on. Aluminium, we have aluminium plates. This is not the best. way of doing what we need to do, but at the same time we don't really have lots of space. We could maybe switch it to coils. We'll need to check. We might be able to do it in place. This one, kind of same thing. It depends on the size of the build for the coils, like how well, like how compact we could make it be. Here we have relatively large amount of space. This part, I'm not sure about it. I'm really not sure, but this thing is working. It's kind of dedicated to copper, and it should be relatively straightforward to fix this one. So this block, like, I'm not concerned with this one. Here it's also kind of nice, right? Because we have silver, just something dedicated just for silver, and it's working. Here, aluminium only, working fine. Lead only, working fine. Silicon only, working fine. So this block is also nice. This is cobalt, and it requires nickel, and that's why we kind of have nickel here. The main purpose of this one, I believe, is brass. Because do we need zinc for anything else? So let's see. We can produce bronze, but we don't really need zinc for bronze. Brass, solder, brass. So zinc is basically needed for that and for zinc paste. For green alien pre-artifact, that is needed for green alien artifact, that's needed for battery, armor, energy shield, portable fusion reactor, and personalized defense. So we don't really care about that, all of that, because we don't have character. We are playing with Brave New World. We don't have character. We cannot use trains. We have to like slowly move ourselves from one side of the base to another. But the point is that why I went through that this block is also fine. This is power. This is cobalt steel, and it requires cobalt, and I believe cobalt steel is the only use for cobalt. But even if it doesn't, this block is still dedicated to one thing only. Cobalt. Ingot. Yeah. Basically we have ingots, and we are producing cobalt steel, iron steel, and powder, paste, blue thingies, blue iron artifacts. Yeah, it's basically the same thing, but one tier lower for some reason than zinc. Really? Wait, where is it? Just lower? Oh no, I was looking at it. What can we use this for? We can use it for tier 4. Oh wait, we need it for fusion reactor. We'll need to do this at some point. Because I think fusion reactor is needed for SpaceX, right, to actually send like the thing in space. We'll figure it out. It will be done at some point. So we do need to use zinc for something else, but that's okay because we can always just grab it like from here and like spaghetti it into the output. So it's okay, not a big deal. The problem I feel are these metals. So bronze, tin. So the iron block is kind of looking nice. It's looking not that bad. So we're producing lots of hybrid catalysts. Let's think. Iron processing, lithium processing. I think we need this one as well. Electro refining. Gem crystallization. We need ruby, right? For productivity modules. Maybe it would be good to research it. Okay, anyway. What should we focus on next for the modules? For the modules. Maybe I should focus on nuclear actually now. Maybe that would be a better call. We can focus on nuclear now. We'll get lots of it, probably. Hopefully. Hopefully we'll get lots of nuclear. And once that happens, we will not really have power issues, but it's not like we are having power issues now. Do we? Do we have power issues? We are fine. Well, we are barely fine in terms of power. I think it might make sense to build this power plant to handle these 4 rail blocks. So it will be like 15 city blocks that are here. We will reduce the load from the main grid. We'll like lower that load, and it should improve the situation. And then we should probably focus on fuel oil here and here, because our purple science, like, it's missing something. Okay, it's missing tin, but it also doesn't, like, we don't have enough fuel oil to sustain this process. Right, why? Oh, I forgot to connect a wire. We are missing red wire. I was like looking at that power pole thinking, what's going on? What's going on? Where are the numbers? Where is the content of the warehouses? We need a red wire. We need to connect it from here to here. Let's see. Nice. So we have some plastic. We have some methane. Stuff is working. And we are like 35 FPS because of the rendering. Which is surprised. In the past it was like more along the lines of 55. Let's see. So we are finishing up that part. Let's properly get rid of the swarms. Right. And I think there are some worms on the other side as well. Yeah, this one's. Let's get rid of this. We need radars, I believe. Where could we get them? We could get them from any intersection. From like here. So these are our radars. We want to place them here. Here. And I think I already have them here. We added one extra rail, but it's fine because it will be needed for intersection. Right? I think so. Nice. Next, what should we do next? I feel that maybe copying a fuel block here would be nice, but I want to double check our fuel build to make sure it's actually working correctly. I don't want to just copy paste a power plant and hope it's, you know, doing the right thing. I want to make it a little bit, you know, more interesting, you could say. We are exporting some fuel from here, so it's It's okay. Let's see. What's happening here? Right, we also need to have some answer to the swarms. Yeah, that should be enough. Good. So the robots are busy. We are just waiting for all of that stuff to be, all of these blocks to be landfilled. Oh, I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. So this technology should allow us to build or refine these ones. And we should be able to get purified, what's the name? These things. Purified ores. How would we use it? Okay, and that will allow us to get tungsten. Okay, tungsten, cobalt. There is like no purpose for purified cratinium. Gives us cobalt, which is tier 3. Alright. Uranium and cobalt again. So basically, we will be able to get uranium and tungsten. However, uranium, I thought we already have access to uranium. Where is it? Here. We already have access to uranium. We can already produce it. So we don't really need those recipes. Okay, good. Yeah, it's taking some time. But we'll get it. We'll get that at some point. How many robots are not doing anything? Lots of logistic robots are busy and lots of construction robots are busy. That's good. Let's what should I focus on now? Should we produce this, like should we build a station? I'm not sure. Guess we could, but we don't really have space for it. Where would we put it? We could have it here, right? We could have copper wire produced here and not here. So we can stop production of copper wire here at some point, or just, we don't even need to stop it, because here the output doesn't have any priority. We could just say that this will be like the highest priority for LTN, and then everything will come from here, and this will be like essentially just a backup that never works. We will be able to remove it, I guess, at some point later, but it doesn't hurt to have some extras. What's the problem here? We are missing seed extractor. Yes, we are. Have the recipes changed? Or not? What is red here? What were we researching here? Oh. Wait, we lost access to something? We are slowly moving. Really slowly moving to this side. And we are no longer All right. Cannot produce this one. And I think we... Right. We are no longer able to produce sintering oven. Oven. Interesting. This one. Let's research it. I don't know why we needed it. Sintering oven. But it's probably useful for something. It's got to be useful for something, right? Let's take a look at the dashboard. We don't have enough cretinium and all that stuff. Missing glass, which is surprising because we fixed the glass relatively recently. Now we have really good glass production. We don't have... Wait, we don't have lime. Lime broke. Oh, because of the spot. I understand it. I get it now. Let's fix it. Let's fix lime. I forgot that this recipe changed. So how do we make it better? I think we just move this thing to the right. Replace this one with the liquefier. Liquefier should be available here. Is this one? Liquefier. And yep, we're doing it like this. And it should be enough. So we can delete this, put this part, and this part. We need a little bit more water here. Okay, let's see. Alright. Right. We also need to turn this a little bit like this. Nice. So now we're just waiting for the recipe to be added here, to be set, and that should be it. And we should get lime production back. So coming back to productivity module 1, what do we actually need here? We need pollute artificial fish water, but we know about this. Well, just a way for getting raw crystal splinters. We also need rubber, right? We need rubber. And okay, polished red crystal splinter, we can do it. Let's take a look at rubber. What are our options? Right, we want this thing. It is produced from liquid rubber. That requires either raw beer rubber with acetone, I don't want to deal with that, or styrene and butadiene. Butadiene is coming from naphtha. This is actually a really straightforward process. This is good. This is really good. And styrene, it is coming from ethylbenzene. And ethylbenzene can be produced only from benzene and ethylene, which we do have. We do have them here, right? So this is ethane. Oh no, we don't, because we're just taking this one. Which one is that? Ethane, butane, I think. So we are taking butane and we are just removing it. Are there other options for getting benzene? We can get it from methane. But also we could get it here from butane. So we can actually get benzene here and we can merge it with ethylene. The only problem is that we are missing hydrofluoric acid, and hydrofluoric acid is it's not that hard to get. It's not that hard to get, and we can definitely export it from here. Can definitely export the acid from here. How would we do it though? There got to be somewhere, right? We can basically move this underground a little bit higher, a bit lower, move this thing to the side and connect them vertically, so they're all kind of connected, and then we can just export. Well, we can take the barrels or gas bottles or whatever here and just export it here. So we'll have this thing, this acid. What I was looking at? I was looking at rubber. Right, and this way we will have styrene produced. There's really no other options. Probably a rubber, shouldn't want. Benzene. Yeah, I think we don't really have any other options. We could maybe just export a little bit benzene and ethylene. This might be better, right? Because then we will not have to make this block deal with hydrogen fluoride gas. What can we actually do with it? Hydrofluoric acid. Wait. Isn't it? Okay, look at this. 20 into 20. So if we take it, we will lose some hydrofluoric acid, but we're actually not losing a lot. That's good. We can void it. And we can create artificial buffer atmosphere. Whatever we have. Like a source of it, in a way. And tungsten. Hexafluoride gas. So we also needed for tungsten stuff, which is needed for tungsten power, right? Interesting. Okay, the robots are still landfilling as part of the base. That's good. So we can produce rubber. The question is where should we do it? Let's plan something. So let's say we are producing some rubber. This one. And we want how much? We want to have 12 rubber. Let's say we are going for 1 belt of rubber. 15 rubber. We'll need styrene and butadiene. Styrene. Let's actually produce them separately. Styrene will come from here. It will come from ethylbenzene. And for ethylbenzene we need... Wow, we need a lot of benzene and ethylene. I think it's more than what we have here. We're producing only 112. And we need it for plastic. Well, we don't really need it for plastic. It, like, the overflow can go to plastic. Because each of these kind of lines is independent. Like the only connection between them is these ratios of oxygen and hydrogen, which can be fixed by adding just some overflow valves or something. Like, we could basically have oxygen, we could produce it all the time, non-stop, spending a little bit of power and voiding the excess here. So that's not really a problem. Then we'll have some amount of like these two gases of benzene and ethylene. Actually, no, it's not even that. Well, yes, it's these ones, because we don't need to export the raw ones, right? There is no point in exporting raw butane, is there? Let's come through here. Benzene can come from butane. We almost have enough. Ethylene can come from ethane. It's also slightly more than we actually need. But the thing is that we don't actually need 15, right? We need 13 or 12 and a half. Let's take another look. So this one is 12.8, so it's actually 13. For 13, we need 121, and here we have 112, so we almost have 13. So it basically should work, because the thing is we are not very... we don't need to be very precise for the productivity module build. But we'll probably need the stuff for speed modules as well. Okay, we'll figure it out later. The important part, this one. Whereas butane, we have it. Ethane, we basically have it. Hydrofluoric acid, we can get it. Right? Another part that is needed is butadiene. And butadiene can be extracted from naphtha. Well, it's the only way to get it. We need naphtha. So honestly, this is looking really good. This is looking pretty good. Let's switch it back to 15. And we should produce rubber. Should we do it? Maybe we should do it here. Would it make sense to produce some rubber here? Let's think. I mean, sure, why not? Let's have rubber production here. And this part, we don't know what to use it for. Maybe we should use it for power. I'm not actually sure, but let's just let's say we'll have power here. Nice. Okay, this pots. Are they? This is not quite ready. Construction, but it's okay. Just unfill some area here. And here. We want to clear the area from the vitals. This one, we don't need this one. Nice, nice. We are making progress, I think. Like, we are making progress, we are building stuff, we are cleaning the area from the biters, which is really good. And I don't really know exactly what to focus on next. Maybe next we'll actually build some fuel oil here. And we will start working on rubber. Because our goal is to get modules, right? We really need to get some modules, productivity modules specifically, in order to make our base more efficient. Right, so let's add the tasks. We want rubber, we want more fuel oil. What else do we need? We need better tin copper. Let's just call it tin wire. Better tin wire, for which we need space, which we don't really have. I mean, we don't know where to produce it. I guess we could produce it in this block, but I don't want to use it for anything. It's like our center, like middle of the base, important area. What else do we know? Do we want? Rubber, material, but it's tin wire. I need to check what's happening with the gardens and whether what we did actually helped. Well, it seems like it have helped. It's something is happening there. We're missing some plants. Well, not plants. Plant life samples. We're missing some of this, but it's okay. We should have significantly higher production of plant life sample. Let me take a look at the graph. Okay, this one. That's what I'm interested in. And we can kind of see it going up. Right? This is good. The fact that it's going up, we are producing 112. Problem is that we are consuming approximately the same amount. Yeah. It will take forever to actually get some research going, unfortunately. But yeah, can't really do anything about that. So that was, let's stop episode here. Or maybe, yeah, let's stop it here. We are, like, we didn't do much today, to be honest. Basically, we just built hybrid catalysts here, and here, and after that, we were just thinking about future plans and trying to figure out what to do next. I don't understand why this part is not working, why lime is not produced. I think something is wrong there, but I don't know what exactly. I think I just need to clear this, and maybe this. Let's hope this will be enough. Or, you know, the alternative. We could add a small inline storage tank. Here, here, and here. It might help. It might be enough, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I am not sure. Basically, the problem is that we don't really want to have excess of mud kind of lying on the belt. Yeah, the lime is still not in a very good shape. And it's already full. This whole thing is already full. But it will be easier now to avoid this. Light mud water. Go there. Okay, let's just turn this off for now and try to recover from the issue. Okay, now this is running. This process is running. This one is looking fine. This one not quite fine, but kinda okay. So looks like we almost recovered. Just all of that, all of that. So it looks like we recovered from the problem, and I might even be able to film this. Let's turn, because otherwise I'll forget. If I don't do it now, I'll forget by the next episode. So are we getting something? Like, once we start getting something, it shouldn't stop. And I feel we are. Yes. Something is happening. Okay, good. I think we fixed the lime production, and with that, glass production. So glass should be produced from now. Okay, good. So yeah, that was the episode. Hybrid catalysts and just a little bit of base. Well, not even planning, just trying to figure out what to do next and randomly searches, clean up randomly searches. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Cheers!